rolling.
Okay, we're here with Ray Hyman. We're going to talk just for a minute about the Skeptics Toolbox in Eugene, Oregon. First of all, how did it start?
Well, first of all, it's Oregon, not Oregon.
Oregon.
Okay, Oregon. Okay. The Toolbox was my idea because when we created Psychop in 1976, the first few years, I think we were doing more putting out of fires created by fellow skeptics than we were by believers, the other side. And it was because these people were going around and attacking people under our name, under the name of skepticism. They were trying to get people fired from their jobs because they were believers and stuff like that. They were going overboard. And it dawned on me, hey, you know, there's no school for skeptics. There's no handbook for how to be a skeptic. There's no rules on how to be a skeptic. Anyone can call themselves a skeptic. And maybe we ought to have some criteria and teach people tools that they need to be good skeptics. And so I said, maybe we should have a workshop. And so that's why I decided we need to do a workshop. And I finally convinced, but it didn't take much convinced, I convinced Kurtz and the others to back me up on it. And I did we did the first one, toolbox of any kind, in 1990 or so. It was Jim Alcock, Banachek, he was Steve Shaw then, and I did one on parapsychology in Buffalo. But then, from then on in, I began a Skeptic's Toolbox in 1992 in Eugene, and we've run it every year, with one exception, in Eugene, and continuing on through now. But one year we did run it in Colorado, at Boulder, Colorado, at the University of Colorado, because Paul's and other people's idea was that we should bring in different audiences by going to different places. But the people didn't like the food there at the University of Colorado. It turned out Oregon's gone down a little bit, but it used to be the food at our cafeteria at the University of Oregon was much better than most college food. And the people come to the workshop every year because of the food.
So what can a person expect to find when he or she gets to the toolbox? What do you do there?
Well, I've learned more and more as we go along that it should be mostly hands-on. So we give people, depending on the theme of the course of these, each year it's a different theme. But we give them scientific papers sometimes in the paranormal, both good and bad, and we break them into teams, small teams with 5 to 10 people at most on it, and each team spends time working, reading, doing readings and critiquing, or working out things like that. And by the end of the term, at the end of the workshop, we have them. Each team gives a report, and they're always amazing what they've done. It's amazing because we have retired people, we have ex-teachers, ex-doctors, people who were housewives or something like that. It's amazing as a team what they can come up with. It always amazes me. And I discovered to trust them. That even though I used to think, well, they don't know anything about statistics, experimental design, they're not scientists, they handle it beautifully. Amazing. So we put as much as we can into their hands. We don't tell them what to do, but we make ourselves available as resources. We go sit in, but we don't run the conversation. We sit there, and if they want to use us as a resource, we're there to be a resource.
So it's not just a passive classroom.
No. We do have some presentations, but that's very small. Over half of